April 2003. As the Americans claim swift victory in their war with Iraq, the future of the world is threatened by a new virus, one that could have been contained if its country of origin had admitted that it existed in the first place. As the disease spreads to North America, Europe, and other parts of Asia, with hundreds dead and thousands infected, planet Earth is forced to bury its dead and live with the consequences of denial.
Futility, Writ, big!
Hello and welcome to another fun-packed, exciting and some would say ludicrously mauve episode of Futility Writ Big. And what a month it has been. Firstly, Gulf War II the sequel ended, but for those of you who enjoyed watching it on 24-hour news channels, it will be repeated in full within a month on UK Gold. Also, Major Charles Ingram was found guilty of trying to cheat on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Politicians have been found working in supermarkets, and a few people have died here and there of some virus or other. In fact, the worldwide SARS epidemic would be a good place to start, and like most current affairs programmes, we have an interview with an expert, a Mr. John Expert. So John, just what is SARS?
Well, it's a virulent disease that's going to kill at least 80% of the world's population, which is quite bad, isn't it? I have a statement here from the World Health Organization, which reads thus. We're all gonna die! Fuck me, where's my surgical mask? Oh no, some horse shat on it. I'm still gonna put it on my face.
Comforting words there. So, which 20% are going to survive?
Well, I've drawn a map here, and it's everyone inside that circle there. For those of you listening at home, I cannot be asked to describe from this map which part of the world is safe, but you can take it from me that if you are not decomposing in a puddle of your own urine in 4 weeks' time, then you're probably safe.
Is there anything you can say to our listeners to reassure them that they might be safe?
Not without being rightly accused of being a lying cunt, no.
Thank you, John Expert. Incidentally, John, what are you an expert in?
Barbie dolls. I like giving Ken a wedgie and licking Barbie's tits. Gives me a hard-on. I've got one now, actually. Just thinking of Barbie's sexy plastic nipples is almost enough to make me explode in my pants.
The Chinese government have been accused of hiding the true extent of the epidemic in China, which resulted in a worldwide outbreak. I mean, let's face it, if Bush knew the disease existed back in March, he would have nuked the slanty-eyed midgets there and then. And quite right too. However, the consequences of the Chinese denial have been that SARS has spread faster than Jordan's legs in a sex competition, and the capital of Canada, which is Toronto, has now been declared a no-go zone, which has rather upset Mayor Mel Lastman, so called because he literally is the last man in Toronto. Mel is on the phone now. Mel, how do you feel about the World Health Organization's classification of Toronto as, and we're using their own words here, a disease-ridden plague pit that a badger wouldn't be seen shitting in?
Well, that's a crazy allegation. In the last day there have been no deaths and no new cases.
And why is that?
Because the people compiling the statistics have died.
Of SARS?
Yes.
So what are you going to do to safeguard the citizens you are responsible for?
Well, we're taking their minds off it. For example, in our schools we have encouraged the children to come up with alternatives for what SARS stands for.
And what have they been coming up with?
Sandra and Rudolph smell, that's from Emily, aged 8. Simon appreciates rough sex, that's from Simon, who's aged 5.5. Some asswipe Roger's sheep, from some New Zealander. And finally, and this is the winner, we're all gonna die, which was submitted by my wife. She's unable to accept the prize on account of being dead.
From SARS?
Yes.
Do you think ultimately this outbreak will be contained?
Yes, I do.
And that's why you bought shares in Canada's most successful undertakers, is it? Amusingly called Stiffs and Rotting Stiffs, which, by bizarre coincidence, spells out SARS.
Fuck off.
Thank you for joining us. Mel Lastman, you are a twat.
Thank you.
If you would like to send the Mayor your new acronyms for SARS, you can write to him at Toronto City Hall 2nd floor, 100 Queen Street West, Toronto, Ontario, Canada, M5H2N2. You can phone him on 416-395-6464 or fax your suggestions to 416-395-6440. not forgetting to dial the correct Canadian dialing code from your country. Finally, you can email him at mayor_lastman@toronto.ca. If you don't know what an underscore is, ask some no-life computer geek for help, or check out our website at futility_writ_big.com.
Mike, what's an underscore?
Fuck off. I hope you die of SARS.
We will return to this topic later in the programme, where we will be interviewing the Chinese ambassador. And now,
Reasons for dumping your boyfriend!
number 1, submitted by Nicola from Daventry. Nicola dumped her current boyfriend because when running out of condoms he came on her belly, licked it off, then told all his mates, including her brother. This is completely true.
Hello, I'm a dung beetle. My name's Derek. Derek the dung beetle. The others say I smell of shit, but I don't mind, because I do. I'm a dung beetle. We eat shit, you know. I was sitting in a restaurant with a load of celebrity chefs when Lloyd Grossman ordered a chocolate cake for everyone. I didn't like it, and I said so. I don't like this, I said. I could make shit taste better than this, I said. Delia Smith and Ainsley Harriott both said it was impossible, but Jamie Oliver said he thought I could do it, and one of the two fat ladies, the one that isn't dead, agreed with him. The other fat lady just lay on the floor by the table. I don't know why they bothered inviting her, to tell you the truth. Anyway, Gary Rhodes suggested we have a bet, and I went off to the kitchen. I asked Nigella Lawson to give me a hand, but she just kept being suggestive with vegetables and some cream custard, so I had to do it all myself, not realising that the owner had called the police because his 5-star restaurant was getting smeared with shit. 32 minutes after I'd scraped the ingredients from the toilets, where I have to say I was disturbed by a huge floater in the lady's bogs, which I swear was Delia's. Anyway, 32 minutes later, I served up tour de la creme in a lumpy brown sauce, my favourite, and everyone tucked in to give their verdict. Lloyd Grossman deliberated, cogitated, and regurgitated, while the one living fat lady ate so much he literally burst. Gary and Ainsley choked on the lumps and drowned in the sauce, while Ken Hom's nose exploded from the smell. Jamie Oliver and Anthony Worrell Thompson argued about the texture of the lumps until they force-fed each other to death, and it wasn't long before Nigella Lawson and Delia Smith were stripped down to their pants and wrestling in a large pool of lumpy brown sauce. I watched them for a few minutes before going back to the Joneses' back garden to catch the end of Baywatch. I read the next day that they'd been arrested for killing 8 TV chefs. That could so easily have been me. Looking back on it now, I realise that I was very, very lucky.
And now on Futility Writ Big, we have to talk about something important. More important than the other topics that have sprung up so far in this show, more important than SARS, more important than the war in Iraq, more important than the fact that Tony Blair has got his tongue so far up George Bush's arse, when Bush opens his mouth, he has 2 tongues. Our next topic is us. Futility Writ Big itself. That's how important and influential this show has already become.
The show was first recorded in the year 2000 by Andrew, in an episode based entirely on that week's news. Andrew played all of the parts, wrote all of the script, and frankly, it was a pile of complete, unadulterated shite.
Steady, Mike, it wasn't that bad.
No, you self-indulgent wanker, it was worse. You can't do accents, you can't write, and you can't edit, and without me to rein you in, your material was just too offensive.
Mike, don't be such a bastard, it wasn't that awful.
Yeah, right. Listeners, we have a clip here from the pilot episode. You can judge for yourself how good it actually was.
So, why did the car really crash? Experts in Paris have pieced this reconstruction together from available clues.
Daddy, I want to fuck your brains out. There's only one person on the planet more good-looking than you, and that's my son, and I can't shag him because it would be all over the papers.
Like my jism all over this copy of The Sun.
Take me one more time, ya, you Arabian stallion. I'll make you a British citizen, then marry your dad so he can be one too.
Look, my knob is so sore, you will have to fuck someone else. Driver, slow down, don't take this underpass too quickly.
Sure thing, monsieur. Then I'll shag the gear stick.
It is an automatic.
It'll still fit in. I'm like a bucket, me.
Get out of the way, you crazy bitch, I cannot see!
See what I mean, folks? Not at all funny. But luckily for Andrew, when he decided to do a monthly series in 6 episodes, I was there to help. That's why the new episodes have been funny, and not shite like the CD of the pilot episode, which I wouldn't even use as a butt plug.
Only you did.
Only I did, good point. I forgot about that.
That's why you shat plastic for a week. Now, since we've been broadcasting here on Live 365, we have been able to get information on what you, our adoring worldwide public, have been listening to. In the last month, we have had 18 hours worth of people listening to our show in the whole world. That's pretty good, really.
But more interestingly, we can actually determine where in the world we are a hit.
Number 1, America, with over 12.5 hours. We can actually delve further and say that Wisconsin and Illinois are our biggest fans, with almost 6 hours each.
Number 2, England, with almost 5 hours.
But that's probably us. So if you remove our hours from the equation, you get...
7 minutes.
Oh dear.
Next comes Australia, where one person has listened to us for 16 minutes.
Yeah, come on you Antipodean twats, you can do better than that.
Fourth came Germany with 11 minutes, then Yugoslavia with 3, and finally Poland with 1 minute. Now, if you think the Australian and German stats were poor, what of these others? We have a special message for the peoples of Yugoslavia and Poland.
Is that the best you can do, you fucking European bastards? 4 fucking minutes! We work for hours and hours to produce this high-quality material, and the best you can manage between you is 4 poxy fucking minutes, you assholes! This is the sound of me tearing your national flags to shreds. And as soon as we go off there, I'm going to take a huge shit all over them!
Finally, information gleaned from our Live 365 listener statistics suggest that whilst we're getting our biggest figures out of the States, many people turned off during last month's episode, possibly due to the fact that it contained some material that could be construed as anti-American.
We want to set the record straight. We love America. We love everything American. We love every American. Everything you do is great. You're so considerate of the rest of the world.
You value our opinions, our cultures, our beliefs, and are tolerant of different ideas.
You spread quality food around the world and have caused the most commonly translated sentence to become, "Do you want fries with that?"
You have respect for international law, and none of your worldwide actions could possibly be misconstrued as self-serving.
Your president is a charming, intelligent, witty man, not a cretinous warmonger, as some media have presented him. Oh no.
You're not at all inbred. You produce quality television that has a lot of meaning. Jerry Springer was just an aberration.
Seriously though, Mike, if I had to shag anyone in the world, it would be an American.
Yeah, me too.
I want to fuck America.
Yes, let's all fuck America.
Yeah, preferably up the arse.
Its big fat arse.
Live 365.
This month has seen the sensational trial of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire fraudster Major Charles Ingram, who was found by the jury to be a cheating little two-faced bastard fucker. The case centred around the allegation that another contestant, Tequin Whittock, was feeding the Major answers with coughs. The programme has now been shown, and you have to admit it does all look rather suspicious. Paul Smith, the chairman and managing director of Celador, the company that makes the series, has recently said that they are considering making the drama into a film. Here is a clip from the forthcoming movie starring Arnold Schwarzenegger.
So, Major, you have just won £32,000. Whatever happens, you go away with that. You have one lifeline left. You can phone a friend. So now we play for $64,000.
Pounds! This is set in England, you twat!
Sorry, dollars. Who had a hit UK album with Born to Do It, released in 2000? Coldplay, Top Loader, A1, Craig David.
I don't think I've ever heard of Craig David, to be honest. It's that simple. I think I'll use my lifeline.
You have a phone a friend. Which friend would you like to phone?
I'll go with the Mayor of Toronto, Mel Lastman.
Okay, Mel Lastman it is.
Hello?
Mr. Lastman, it's Chris Tarrant here from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I'm with Charles Ingram. He's doing rather well, but he's stuck on $64,000. Sorry, pounds.
Yeah, right. Are you the wanker who's been faxing me with SARS acronyms? Fuck off, you bastard.
Oh dear. Charles, do you have any other friends?
Well, there's my friend Andrew, who works on the superb internet radio satire show Futility, Writ, Big.
Okay, Andrew it is.
Hello?
Andrew, It's Chris Tarrant here from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Is it? Well, fuck off. You're shit, you are. Tarrant on TV. Tarrant can fuck off and die, more like it.
Charles, you have one more chance. Any more friends?
Only one. It'll be Tequin.
Tequin Wittock. Okay, here we go.
Charles Boyle, I'm sitting 4 feet away from you. Fuck off.
Tequin, I'm with Charles Ingram and he's doing rather well. The next voice you'll hear will be his, but don't worry. I'll be back.
Tequin, who had a hit UK album with Born to Do It released in 2000? Coldplay, Top Loader, A1, or Craig David, who I've never heard of? Can I clarify? That was Craig David, who I've never heard of. Cheers, Techers. 50%, yeah? But for those of you disappointed that Arnie isn't doing his normal action movie, you might be reassured by this trailer.
He was an ordinary soldier. He wanted his wife. He wanted his friends. He wanted $1 million.
Pounds!
And he would do anything to get it. Except play fair.
You have just won $1 million.
I've got the check, honey. Let's get the fuck out of here. He's stealing the money. He's getting away.
He'll never escape from me, Chris Tarrant.
Take cover. He's stealing the Prime Minister's car.
Foxtrot Echo 5 to Greyhound 1. Helicopter is scrambled.
Oh, off old chap. Fancy some Benelin?
Starring Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Is that your final answer, motherfucker?
Hugh Grant as Major Charles Ingram.
Fuck.
Jade Goody as Diana Ingram.
They're accusing me, Charles, of having Tic Tacs.
And Bruce Willis as Tequin Wittock. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? The movie.
Is that your final answer?
Futility, Writ, big!
And now, listeners, I have some very, very sad news to report. Andrew, my co-presenter, or as he would have it, boss, has contracted the SARS virus. He can't come to the studio because, let's face it, he's unclean, but I understand he is available to talk to us on the phone. So, Andrew, what does having SARS feel like?
Have you ever had an elephant stick its dick up your ass?
No, but I remember how long it took them to sew your asshole back together the last time. Is it as bad as that? Is that your final answer?
Mike, don't take the piss. I can hardly breathe. My head is so sore I can't keep any food in. Sorry about that.
So how long have they given you?
Fuck off. Don't be so insensitive.
I want to know how long it'll be before I inherit the show, you fat malingering shitbag.
Never. I'll never.
Oh dear, that's tragic. Excuse me, is there a nurse there who can actually confirm he's dead?
Well, a cat's biting his scrotum and he's not reacting.
There's nothing unusual with that. Check his pulse.
Nothing. And he's not breathing either. He's definitely dead.
Nurse, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, here on Futility Writ Big, we have a really somber moment as the creator of the show has died, live on air. Yes! At last, the show is mine! Well, I can't do this show on my own, I'm not that stupid. What I really need now is some bitches. Oi, bitches! Get over here! Listeners, may I introduce you to Bitch 1.
Hi, Mike.
And this one with the bigger tits is Bitch 2. Say hello, Bitch 2.
Hi, gorgeous.
Well done. Right, what's not right here? I've got it. Bitch 1, Princess Leia Bikini. Bitch 2, Kylie's Hot Pants. Then we're going to get out my dictionary and look up fellatio. Oh, one more thought. I want you to reenact the tattoo video for me.
What the fuck are we doing?
Why is it all men seem to have an obsession with teenage Russian lesbians?
Come on, a bit of girl-on-girl action, please.
What a sad, pathetic bastard.
You're still doing it though, aren't you? Have you been stuffing your face with tarama salata?
Not my face, no.
Quickly, one of you, get your laughing gear round this.
Oh my God, you could have had a shower.
Shut up. Now, the first thing I'd like to do, now that Andrew's diseased body is being incinerated, is put to rest an animal rights argument that's cropped up this month, which claims that fish feel pain. As if. It has long been said that fish brains aren't as developed as mammals, and so they don't feel pain in the way that we do. But now scientists are saying that they do. Before so-called animal rights activists try to ban fishing, we want to prove that they're wrong.
I have in front of me a fish tank, and in it is a trout from the river outside the studio. I'll just take the fish out. Okay, it's a bit slippery. Oops, it's wriggling about a bit.
That doesn't mean it's in pain.
Course not, it's just a reflex action. Right, I will now bash its head very hard against this wall and see what its reaction is.
Anything?
No, it's not moving at all. It quite clearly didn't feel anything.
There you go. Proof that fish don't feel pain. So all you animal worshippers can piss off, hippie wimps.
Ugh, my hands smell of fish now.
Not the first time, is it? I heard you in the toilets earlier on. Anyway, scientists apparently discovered that fish feel pain by injecting their lips with bee venom and seeing if they twitched. I mean, who came up with that one? Some high-up desk jockey had to authorise that, so which, even more ludicrous suggestions, didn't make it?
So, Chancellor, here's a list of proposed experiments that I would like to try in the name of science. Firstly, I would like to know if dogs can recognise the smell of their own shit.
Of course they can. How can they make sure they don't eat somebody else's?
Well, I was thinking that if we rub lots of different shit into the face of a puppy...
What? Why would you do that?
I just want to.
No. Any other ideas?
How about we blindfold a cat, spin it round until it's dizzy, then push it off a table to see if it lands on its feet?
Is that it?
No, that's just the control experiment. Then we do the same thing, but drop it onto spikes.
No, that's too easy. And it would have those animal rights cretins onto us. What we need is an experiment that is mindlessly cruel to an animal for no good reason, but gives the animal liberation people some ammunition. Something obvious. It took them years to get anywhere with that fox hunting experiment.
How about shoving a bamboo cane up a panda's arse?
Because they'd have to get it out of my wife's arse first. We can't afford 2 bamboo canes. Do you know how much they cost?
I could look it up online at www.analbamboo.com.
No, I was thinking something to do with fishes. I've always hated angling, so it'd be good to piss the fishermen off. Can't be proved that fish feel pain.
I could look it up on www.analbamboo.com/fish.
Forget about the bamboo. Can't we stick a pipe cleaner in their eye and see if it hurts them?
No, but I've always wanted to inject bee venom into a fish's lips.
Oh, that'll do then.
So that explains how they decided to do it. Now, several people have rung in saying that they support the animal rights people. We at Futility Writ Big say that anyone who believes a fish can feel pain is a homo, and we're going to prove it otherwise. One of my bitches is now going to interview a fish.
I'm here in the Joneses' back garden, interviewing what is widely regarded as the wise old fish. So, fish, do you feel pain?
I would most certainly say that I do. Ow! Why did you just slap me? That hurt.
Are you sure? Did you actually feel pain? Let's try it again.
Ouch! Stop hitting me, you fucking bitch.
There you have it. Conclusive proof that fish do not feel pain.
Yes, I do. I just said I do.
Are you just saying that?
I wasn't.
It was a reflex action. Back to the studio. Mike.
So, what else has happened in the news this month that Andrew could not be bothered to include? Well, the revelation that Tony Blair is appearing in The Simpsons. It was thought that he would be appearing in a new episode, but our researchers have discovered that he's appearing in one of the special digitally remastered episodes that are being transmitted next year as part of The Simpsons' 15th anniversary. Tony is appearing in the director's cut of episode 7F13, more commonly known as Season 2's Homer vs. Lisa and the Eighth Commandment, in which Homer gets free cable channels, which Lisa sees as theft. In this new scene, Bart is flicking through the new channels and comes across a premium porn channel.
Well, now that I've screwed Iraq, I have the urge to fuck with another regime and its leader. Tony, have you any idea whose ass I can tongue?
Well, I do have one idea, but I don't know if my cheeks will spread far enough apart. I've got a tight little bottom, you know, George.
Good. I like a struggle. Tony, is my cock more attractive than your wife's face?
Well, put it this way. When I conceived little Leo, I was thinking about the hair on your balls. You are a better looking bush than any part of my wife's anatomy.
Well then, feel my loaded weapon of mass destruction.
Weapon of ass destruction, more like it. And I cannot stress this enough, bleeding. Buckets.
Is this good for you, Tony?
It's better for my ass than I am for my electorate.
Oh my god!
What?
Could you unclench? I appear to be stuck.
But I'm not clenching.
Oh my god! That means there's only one thing we can do.
Nurse, we've got 2 Western leaders in a tongue-ass counter-separation scenario.
What? Not again. Put them in bed 7 next to Chirac and Putin.
On to another politician, it was revealed that Michael Portillo has been working in Asda packing bags as part of a BBC documentary. Or at least, that's what he told the media. We have obtained a recording of his interview when he went for the job.
So, Mr. Portillo, what made you apply for this job?
Because I believe it's what the electorate want, and possibly the only way forward for the Conservative Party.
Is that why Ian Duncan Smith has applied here for the job of shelf stacker?
Yes, because he will have to interact daily with over 20 people, which will raise his public profile by over 500%.
Even though all of them will be saying, "Oi, Baldy, where are the tampons kept?"
Oh, I know that one. Isn't it inside a vagina?
Yes, quite. So what can you offer us, Mr. Portillo?
Well, I'm very loyal.
That's funny, because your reference says backstabbing little fucker.
Who wrote my reference?
John Major, our new toilet cleaner. But what else can you bring to our team?
I had a gay experience when I was at university.
What's that got to do with anything?
Well, if you don't give me the job, it's discrimination.
Ah, welcome aboard. Before we let you on the shop floor, you'll be sent on an all-expenses-paid fact-finding mission to the Caribbean to find out how we pack bags.
Oh, just like the good old days.
No! Don't put eggs in the bottom of the bag, you twat.
Why not?
Because they break, you stupid bastard.
But you can't make an omelette without breaking eggs.
I don't want to make an omelette, you arsehole. I want undamaged eggs in my house for my personal enjoyment.
But have you thought about all the possible benefits that broken eggs can bring to our constituents?
Customers! For the 83rd time, it's customers. You po-faced, overeducated, knob-gobbling fuckhead. Jesus Christ, I'm off to smoke some ganja.
I'm not overeducated. Now, how do you open these bags?
And finally, we must return to the worldwide SARS epidemic.
Must we?
Yes, we must.
Can I use a vibrator while you're talking?
No, you can't.
In that case, we're going to infect you with the virus.
And how are you going to do that?
Well, you know when you kissed me earlier and said it felt really cold?
We tricked you into kissing Andrew's corpse.
Shit. I'm going to get some antibiotics. You look after the show.
Now that tosser's gone, you can use your vibrator, love.
Cheers, darling.
We now have a live link-up with the Chinese ambassador who has finally admitted the extent of the lies told by the Chinese government about how far the virus has spread. Mr. Ambassador, how many people in China have actually been affected?
Quite a few. More than was originally admitted.
So how many people have actually been infected with the disease?
It would be easier to tell you how many people haven't been affected by the disease.
All right then, how many people haven't been affected?
1. Me.
But how many people have died from the disease?
It would be easier to tell you how many people haven't died from the disease.
I see. So how many people haven't died from the disease?
1. Me.
So you are in fact the only person left alive in China?
That's correct.
Aren't you terribly lonely?
Well, the wife's a lot quieter in bed these days, that's true. Apart from the occasional bone snapping.
Are you very rich?
Well, I own all of China now. Technically, I am emperor.
You'll be needing a new concubine then. I'll be on the next plane. Bye, everyone.
Shit! The batteries have run out.
Don't worry, I'm back now. Hey, where's she pissed off to?
Like I care. Got your antibiotics then?
Yep, got them from Asda. I was served by a very nice gentleman who said he was once a politician. Well, that's pretty much it for this month. A month where the entire population of China have tragically died, but on the other hand, a lot of cheap meat pies have been flooding the market, especially in Toronto. In next month's episode, we will no doubt cover the continuing crisis as well as any other news stories that we feel we can rip the shit out of. For example, here is a preview of next month's coverage of the local elections.
So, as the returning officer, how many people in this constituency didn't turn up to vote?
it would be easier to tell you how many people did turn up to vote.
All right, how many people did turn up to vote?
One. Me.
So the candidates didn't even vote for themselves?
No, they were too busy pushing trolleys around Asda car parks.
So we'll look forward to that, and the next episode in this series of Futility Writ Big will premiere at the same time next month.
Aren't you going to take those antibiotics?
Oh yes, they're in this bag. Christ, this is badly packed. Bollocks! Bollocks, they're not in here! That po-face! Knob gobbling!
Oh no, I'm by myself on a live radio show. What am I going to do? Oh, I know. That's nice.
I am diseased, my health is breaking down, and in just a few days I'll be under the ground from SARS. Thought I'd be fine, but now it's clear that I'm not. When I get visitors, I will infect the lot with SARS.
This episode of Futility Writ Big was written and performed by Andrew Richards and Michael Greaves. Mike's bitches were played by Carolyn Marjolin and Sarah Jones. Futility Writ Big was recorded for Scrapey Productions in May 2003.
Living with SARS, I am struggling to breathe. No one can approach me. I can kill with my sneeze with SARS. Living with SARS, they say I'm dying inside, but they've let me go home, so you've nowhere to hide from SARS.
It's giving me a headache.
Take it out of your mouth for a start.
And don't forget to send your SARS acronyms to Toronto City Hall, 2nd floor, 100 Queen Street West, Toronto, Ontario, Canada, M5H2N2. Not forgetting to forward a copy to SARS@futilitywritbig.co.uk.